Well, a very good Saturday afternoon to you. You're watching KTN Weekend at 1. It is the 31st of May 2014. My name is Najma Ismail. Now, court supporters began arriving at the Uhuru Park early in the morning in anticipation of the rally to welcome former Prime Minister Raila Odinga back from the United States. KTN's senior political reporter Sam Ogina is at the Uhuru Park, where KTN is ready to bring you the event live. Sam Ogina, good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you, Najma Ismail, in studio. Now it is all systems go here at the Uhuru Park grounds, awaiting for the arrival of the former Prime Minister, that is Raila Odinga. Subsequently, the court leader, his arrival expected in an hour or 2 hours' time at the Jomo Kenyatta International Airport. Well, what I can tell you is probably right now he's airborne, but as you can see behind me, Uhuru Park is already filled up. People streaming in thick and fast, numbers coming in, and also people carrying placards bearing Raila Odinga's images, describing him as actually a statesman and also a people's president, as it were. There were chants from the crowd that actually anti-Uhuru government chants saying that the court coalition should actually be the coalition that should be ruling the government, as it were. And I don't know if you could see, but strategically positioned is that is a flag for the United States of America. Remember that former Prime Minister Raila Odinga is coming from a 3-month tour of the United States, where he was issuing lectures and also public addresses to Kenyans who are in the diaspora, and also attending various summits. Remember that his last function was actually in Atlanta, where he attended a global health summit in Atlanta, Georgia. Now, what we expect from here is the arrival of the former Prime Minister Raila Odinga, the court leader, at around 3:30 thereabout, give and take. And from there, the program will proceed by, of course, entertainment, dances, but this will be limited because the program here should be actually ending by 5 in the evening. That is, if all goes as planned. And from entertainment, we expect that is, of course, public addresses by. You have to bear with us. Those are supporters actually coming into the stadium, as it were. Yeah, well, as I was saying. That is addresses from MCAs, members of parliament, senators, governors, all aligned to the court coalition. Remember that the court coalition has actually organized ferrying of supporters from their respective regions, buses ferrying people from Nyanza region, Western region, and also from the coast. And all this actually organized by various leaders, governors, members of parliament, and also senators from those subsequent regions. Now, well, the Prime Minister, the former Prime Minister, make it that way, the former Prime Minister is coming in a country where it is right now politically charged from 2-3 weekends ago, when court coalition lieutenants, that is the group led by the likes of Siaya Senator James Orengo, Johnson Muthama for Machakos, staged a rally at the Kibera grounds. That was actually the first rally organized by court coalition, setting the tone for the arrival of the former Prime Minister here today. Now, court has been agitating for regime change, saying that the Jubilee administration has actually mismanaged the economy of the country, faulting nearly all policies by the Jubilee coalition, saying that the arrival of the Chinese, or the invitation of the Chinese into investing in Kenya economy sector, building of the standard gauge railway, and also the multi-billion deals signed at State House whereby President Uhuru Kenyatta actually witnessed with his compatriot from the Chinese government, the Prime Minister from there, saying that we are actually setting a bad precedence, and as such, they are citing the evacuation of tourists from Mombasa by, that is the British, the United States, Australia, and France, saying that we are actually getting it wrong when it comes to economic empowerment of the Kenyan people and of the Kenya economy as a whole. Well, we also actually pointed out the payment of 1.4 billion shillings to the Anglo leasing contracts, that is the First Mercantile Securities, and the Universal Search Space for security-related contracts, faulting that we are actually now swindling or rather draining public coffers to pay shadowy contracts for that matter. Well, all those issues are expected to be addressed here today because what actually Code said that today is a revolution, is the beginning of a revolution, as it were, a revolution for regime change, saying that they're not going to employ any unorthodox means to eject President Uhuru Kenyatta's administration from office, but today they are beginning a revolution from here at Uhuru Park, and this is actually going, the rallies from Uhuru Park here today is actually going to be spread across all the 47 counties, and as such they will begin from Mombasa, that is on the 15th of July, and then from there proceed to Uhuru, that is Nakuru actually, and from Nakuru, Kisumu, Garissa, Western, and all across the 47 counties, as it were, just to try and sensitize the public on why it is quite prudent for a regime change, on why it is quite prudent to have a new administration come in force. People actually just passing before our cameras, we can't actually control them, well, we'll leave them continue because anyway, this is their function today. But as I was saying, it is called pushing for a regime change and saying that actually today's rally is actually going to put a face to the revolution. That is, former Prime Minister's arrival is actually going to put a face to that revolution, as it were. Remember that the former Prime Minister actually left the country on that is March 10th this year, and for a 1.5-month tour to the United States, but he had to extend his tour for another month, whereby he gave lectures to universities. He was actually invited by, that is the Boston University, and his first lecture was in the Harvard University. Back to you, Studio Najma.
Well, thank you very much. Sam Ogina there at the Uhuru Park giving us the coverage. Now we move to the JKIA, where the CORD leaders press conference at the Jomo Kenyatta International Airport upon arrival is expected to take place just before 3 p.m. KTN's Wilson Buru is at the airport. Wilson, what should we expect from there?
Well, we're at the Jomo Kenyatta International Airport where arrival Odinga, who's jetting in about 1.5 hours. We expect him to be here at around 2:30. From here, he will then, of course, proceed to the Uhuru Park, where he will be holding a public rally. I've been told that this is not going to be a political rally, so that is important to note. We expect him to be telling us what exactly they are going to be doing over the next few months in regards to the opposition and their take of the government. The opposition has of course been accused of a lack of leadership in his absence when he has been in the US. We of course expect him to be telling us what exactly he has been doing in the US for the last 3 months. And well, it's a beautiful day. The sun is out. We're expecting to have an interesting day ahead.
Well, Wilson, I was expecting some crowd there. Many people thought that there would be a crowd at the JKIA, which was a concern. Are there people maybe in the background waiting for the CORD leader to arrive? Wilson? Well, we seem to have lost Wilson, but thank you very much, Wilson Buru and Sam Ogina, giving us coverage of the CORD homecoming rally. Moving on now, Siaya County Governor Colonel Rasanga has vowed to continue with the recruitment of the early childhood development education teachers. Speaking during the launch of the Great Lakes University Constituent College called the International Development Institute Africa, Rasanga said he would not bow to efforts by the Kenya National Union of Teachers to stop the recruitment.
Going Great Lakes University. That idea is bringing. We have been locked up.
And because we have already built these classrooms, it would not be a good thing to leave the classrooms to be occupied by goats. In this time and age, I am going to employ teachers to take care of those students. If they want to impeach me, so be it. Let me be impeached because of that.
Residents of areas affected by fluorides in the Rift Valley are now trying out a new simple method of purifying their water. As KTN's Rachel Kamche reports, this method involves the use of bones from cattle, sheep and goats. Take a look.
This unique sight of piles upon piles of bones depicts Rift Valley's fresh approach to dealing with the problem of too much fluoride in their water. The trick involves treating the bones in a special way to make them able to absorb fluoride in water. Each kilogram of such raw bones goes for 12 shillings. After collection, the bones are brought to the furnace where they are burnt for 10 days above 500 degrees Celsius. This technology is known as bone char.
Okay, during the process of burning, the fluoride will come out in gaseous form, but what remains is the inorganic part of the bone, and 70% of the product which remains after burning is calcium and phosphorus, and that's what we are interested in.
And later crushed into particles.
And the reason why we crush the bones is to increase the surface area so that the fluoride can be removed from water. The calcium, which is in the bones, usually absorbs. It's a chemical reaction process.
Finally, the product is washed for at least 3 hours each day for a period of 1 month, then dried. This is the final product, ready for use. Its lifespan is said to be up to 2 years, but also depends on the amount of fluoride in water. When your water passes through the bone char, the char is supposed to absorb the fluoride, leaving your water pure.
So if you want to defluoridate your water, the water only, at household level, the cheap filter that you can buy is Kenya shillings 3,000.
The innovation is centered around the rift in the areas that have grappled with the effects of fluorosis for long, like these residents of Gilgil.
Here in Nakuru contains high levels of fluoride, and the highest that we've ever recorded is 40 milligrams of fluoride. And it's very rare to get a borehole which doesn't have fluoride, that is above 1.5.
The project is an initiative by Nakuru Defluoridation Company under the Catholic Diocese of Nakuru. It is also creating job opportunities for people here.
Iko na faida sana. Tunapata. Imenisaidia sana.
Kamchemenza, KTN, Nakuru.
Well, now a section of residents in New Donholm in the Eastlands part of Nairobi have accused officers from the Nairobi Water and Sewage Company of failing in their duty to repair faulty sewer lines in the estate. Burst sewer lines have spewed raw sewage that has snaked its way into residential houses amid life uncomfortable for inhabitants. Residents say they have been forced to live with the filth for over a week now.
Siwa inapita juu ya barabara, tunakanyaga kwa barabara, ni juu ya barabara. Sasa unaona sasa vile iko hapa, inaingia kwa maproti ndani. Sasa ukiwaita unapigia customer care, wanasema watu wanakuja, wakikuja kuna kitu wanafanya, wanaitisha pesa.
Actually right now we are wondering, where do we go from here? Who is concerned about the situation? A whole week, people calling, people trying to do the much they can, nothing happening. Where are you? Even the city fathers, where are you?
Well, in Nakuru town, it was time to put the best foot forward as fans of Radio Maisha enjoyed the Rumba Night event last night at Medica Hotel. Rumba fans were treated to a mix of African beats through the night. The organizers of the event said the turnout was overwhelming and promised to extend Rumba Night to other neighboring towns. The event was organized by Radio Maisha in conjunction with Smithsonian Kenya Mambo Poa Talent Show.
tunafanya zikwe mingi. Mara moja kwa mwezi haitoshi. Sisi mafans wa rumba tunataka ikwe mingi kabisa. Lakini tumeburudika vile unaona full mzuka tuko ndani.
Okay, this night was awesome. We've had the best night ever.
Na unajua tena marai basi hatuja kuja tu Radio Maisha tu peke yake, tumekuja vile vile pia na udhamini wa Kenya Mambo Poa, ambalo litakuwa ni tamasha kubwa ambalo linafanyika kule upande wa Amerika pale, katika ile hali ya Wakenya kushowcase talanta zao, kushowcase vyakula, kushowcase utamaduni na kadhalika na kadhalika. Yaani watu ambao tunawaambia kwamba mafans wetu wa Radio Maisha kwamba kama vile unavyojua kwamba Radio Maisha ndio radio inakuwa kwa kasi zaidi, na bado tuko Nakuru, tuko Kisumu City, tuko Mombasani, tuko Nairobi, na ni kumaanisha kwamba basi watu wa Kitale najua mmelia sana, Kakamega tutakuwa tunakuja very soon.
Indeed, Radio Maisha tuko mbele pamoja. Now, residents of Bungoma County will now benefit from a 90 million shilling county development kitty to benefit women and youth. 10% of that money will be set aside for use by people with disabilities. Speaking during the launch of the fund, Bungoma County Governor Kenneth Lusaka said 50 million shillings will go into the youth loans and projects, while 40 million shillings will be set aside for women.
Hii pesa ikienda kule mashinani kwa wards, tunataka isaidie wale ambao wanahitajika kusaidika. It will be pointless to send 90 million to the wards or any other level, alafu baada ya mwaka moja there is no difference. People have become poorer. Na biashara don't get money before you plan what you want to do with it. Money can disorganize you very fast. Ukipata kabla hujajua unataka kufanya nini, you will not do it. Utachukua kama ni shilingi 25,000, useme acha nichukue shilingi 5 nipigie mwili pole. Utakuwa that is not part of what the proposal you wanted to make. So itabaki 20. Ikibaki 20 utachukua 5 ulipe school fees. That was not part of your proposal. Itabaki 15. Ikibaki 5 utasema hata mimi nimerogwa hii vitu ya business taki, nimewachana nayo, you forget about it, the project has collapsed. So lazima tujue kama unataka kununua tinga ya kusiaga unga, go for that project and invest wisely.
Now, Machakos County Governor Dr. Alfred Mutua has called upon political leaders across the divide to shun cheap politics and focus on developing the country. Speaking at the official launch of a water harvesting project in Mitaboni Kadhiani constituency, he emphasized on the need for all politicians to stop political bickering that has rocked the country in the recent days.
Tupindue hali yetu ya maisha. Obama kule hawawashi moto. Kule Uingereza hawashi moto. South Africa hawashi moto. Kwa nini tuwashe moto Kenya? Na sisi wenyewe ndio tutachomeka. Tupindue hali yetu ya siasa.